Okay, yeah. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Can anyone hear me? Okay, yeah. Good evening, everyone. How has been your day? How's work? How's everything? How's SQL for data analysis? Hope you guys are now hammering different SQL query, right? Hope I believe you guys can now create database, create table, insert into table, drop table, truncate table, delete table, perform some mathematical operations, um, update, alter table, and so on. So I believe the stage where we are now, you can close your eyes and write and perform some SQL query, right? Okay, so I believe I want to see yes, 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 yes. Yeah, okay. Someone said yes, we can, but not. Oh, yeah, that's good, right? That's good. Yes, but not, right? That's good. And I believe you guys can do order by, group by, having, yeah. I believe some people you guys can also do yes, yes, I like that. So someone that said yes, but not. Oh, yeah, it's good, right? Yeah, just like 2 weeks old in SQL, right? So I'm not expecting you to be like someone that has like 2 years experience here, right? But I just want you guys to continue. Let the spirit continue like that. Let's keep the fire burning, right? And I must also appreciate those that have gone ahead of me. Now, yeah, some people have gone ahead of the curriculum. Some people have, yeah, they've gone ahead of the curriculum. They've done, as in, good work, right? One of you guys reached out to me and he showed me something, right? Immediately he sent me the screenshots. The next thing I typed, I said, wow, wow, because I wasn't like expecting what she has done, right? And she showed me, though it's something that we tried to do in the class, but because of the time, I couldn't do it, right? I said, okay, when we get there. But she found her way around it and she was able to do it, right? These are the tasks that's meant to be done next week. She has done it and she shared with me, and yeah. So I want to see guys uh go ahead of me, do beyond what I can't teach you everything, right? We can't teach you everything. I want you guys to know, but you need to now research further, study more, look for materials. If you need I have a lot of materials on SQL that I can, if you need, I can share, right? So I want you guys to keep the fire burning, keep learning, don't relent, right? SQL is the one of the most data analysis technology tools that you must have for you to land a job as a data analyst. You must. It's a must. It's a must. It's a must. So please, it might not be easy. The beginning might look somehow, might be tedious, right? But as time goes on, right, when you get yourself acquainted with different SQL command, different syntax, different data type, yeah, it will just be, when you now look back the day you started, you just be like, when I look back 4 years, 5 years ago, right, and where I am today. And to be honest with you guys, right, I'm still learning. I'm still what? I'm still learning. So in the field of technology, you can't know it all. you will still learn, continue learning, right? So it's something that is after the ladies in tech training, you now pack everything and you dump it somewhere. No, you have to keep learning on a daily basis, right? You have to keep learning on a daily basis. So that's just let me just use one to motivate you, to encourage you guys, right? So yeah, I think we are all good, right? We are all good. Though some people still reach out to me that they've not downloaded and installed the SQL server, right? Why, like this today alone, I was able to attend to a good number of you guys, right, to resolve the problem, to help you guys download. Some of you guys reach out to me as regard query, you're trying to query. But I think the number of people that is reaching out to me now as regard query has reduced, right? That's good. So meaning you guys are getting it. It's either you guys are not getting it right, or you guys have now formed the group I asked you to do, whereby you now help yourself. Like the lady that reached out to me, right? I will recommend that lady to form a group. She teach people, show them what you have done, let them learn from you, right? So okay, someone said, why is it that whenever you shut down or stop database, anytime you want to continue, you have to execute again? That is, the table will no longer be there. Yes, if I should understand your question very well, when you shut down your system, right, when you come back, you say the table, no, the table you have created will still be there, right? Your table will be there, not that or maybe you need to rephrase your question. You've created table, the table we've created since last week, right? Let's go to our database, right? The table we've created, see, employee table, payment, person salary, they are still there, right? Maybe what you mean is that when you run a query, the output will no longer be there. If that, let's say for example, right? Because I want to try and get that your question right very well. I said select all, right? From, let's say, from employee, right? Now, okay, sorry, I need to change this thing to liter, right? Now, so if this is what you mean by the table and you saw down and this one is no longer there, yes. If this is what you mean by table, maybe you mean your results, if that's what you mean, right? It's still your table is still there. Your table, unless you delete it, your table is still there, right? But your query might disappear. Your output might disappear. You might need to come back again and run your line of query again, right? So you need to come back and run line of your query. So that's what you are trying to say. I've been able to download this SMS, but it's not connecting. It's asking for server name, right? Have you downloaded SQL server? This is just like a small problem, right? Download the server. You downloaded the server. Download the studio. When you download the studio, right? The moment you open your studio, a page is going to appear on your screen where you are going to see a server name. You can't manually type your server name. You cannot manually type it, right? But you need to click on a browse more. There's a drop down there. Then click on the browse more. Then the browse more will open another page where you see a database engine. That database engine, you are going to see a plus beside. Open, expand that plus. Click on it, expand it. You will see your server name. Click on it and click OK. You'll be connected immediately, right? You'll be connected immediately, right? Please, sir, how do you resolve a system loading SQL Server Provider instead of Studio? SQL Server Provider instead of Studio, right? I didn't understand that question, right? My issue is that if I open my file, it always open another page. Didn't know what press on my system. Open another. When you open your file, what do you mean by file? Is it the one I sent to you guys? The one I sent to you, right? When you click on it, automatically it will open your studio for you. Then you can continue your query straight, right? Or you can also copy it and put it in a notepad, right? I think the last one I sent to you, I didn't put it in notepad. The format I sent to you is a SQL format, right? So please, how do I get in touch with you, sir? Okay. I'm new here and I needed some materials or the video you have recorded. Yeah, the YouTube is on YouTube, right? Just go to YouTube, you will see all our class, starting from your Excel class till to date, right? So I downloaded this SQL server, but the SQL server agent is not running on my laptop. The SQL server agent is not running on your laptop, right? Then you need to go to your SQL server configuration manager. So you need to start there. Wow. That problem is that, okay, you need to reach out to me if you don't know how to do it, or you can just watch it on YouTube, how to restart SQL server agent. It will show you, or you need to get in touch with me so that I can just show you how to do that. I think some of you guys have reached out to me as regard that, then I show it to them. If you know how to do that, right, how to open SQL Server Configuration Manager on your system, right, just go to your SQL Server agent, you will see it. Then just click on it, click restart. It's either you click on start or restart, it will work, right? By 7:15, we are going to start today's class. Please, I don't have the query for last class. I've sent it to you guys, right? I've sent it. And I believe that me have sent it to you. Just check your Telegram page. You will see there. Please, let's start. I don't want my system to go off. We don't have lights. Oh my God, that's funny. Thank you. This is Nigeria, right? Okay, no problem, right? We'll start now. I just want to attend to some of you guys' challenges, right? Okay, someone is asking, how can you save? Okay, I think the last class, I didn't remind you guys to, I didn't show you guys. After that, I'm going to show you how to save that, how to do that. Telling you IDM is old. I don't understand what you mean by IDM, right? Please, I need a physical class. You can connect to any of you guys so that you guys can arrange for a physical class. Okay? Yeah, let's start, right? Let's start. So we're going to continue from where we stopped in our last class. So I'm going to go to my local machine and bring in the file we'll be using since all this day, right? So I save it as liter_db query. That's the name of the file. Liter_db query. That's where I save it. So because I want to continue writing my code on it, right? So you guys can also do the same thing. If you have been saving your own, you can just upload it again so that you can continue from where you stopped. Open. Right, so this is all the query will be written since all this deal, right? So this is where we stop in our last class. Sorry, a minute, I need to. Right, so this is where we stop in our last class, right? So we stop on range operators. So when we talk about between and not between, right? So let me just go over what we did in our last class, right? So our last class, we started with group by, right? With group by. So what's group by? So group by is like grouping the same value into one bucket, right? Or a value of the same, value that are the same, right? So let's say, for instance, we use state of origin, right? So we want to look at the number of staff that are from a particular state, right? And that's what we did, right? So let's say, let me show you again in order to buttress the point. So I said, okay, from Abuja, 3 staff are from Abuja, 2 are from Bauchi, 6 are from Ekiti, 2 are from Kanu, 3 are from Lagos, right? So we're able to achieve this by using what? Group by. Then from there we'll move to halving, right? So halving is filter your results to a certain, to limit your results, right? Filtering your results just to limit it. So that's what halving is used for, right? So we said, okay, if you run this, right, now we have some states where we have more than 3 staffs, right? Then how do we know those states? Or we want to limit to a state, we want to see a state where we have more than 3 staff, right? 3 or more staff, right? So that's how can we do that? So we can achieve that by using halving, right? So when we run this, right, it gives us that, okay, Abuja we have 3 staffs, Ekiti we have 6, then Lagos we have 6, right? Then from there we move to order by. So order by is either in ascending order or descending order, either ascending order or descending order, right? So when we run this, right, so we're able to get the output in ascending order, right? We also talk about sort by column index, right? Then we also talk about relational operator, where we talk about less than, greater than, not equal, right? Then we also talk about range operators, where we talk about between and not between, right? So we look at, for example, we said, okay, we want to see people that's any between 500 and 900, right? Then we also look at not between. We want to see a staff that's any below 500 and those that's earning above 900. So that's what we did in our last class, and that's where we stop. Today, we're going to continue. So today, we're going to continue from, right? Okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry, a minute, please. Okay, sorry, apologies on that. Sorry, apologies, right? Okay, can you guys hear me? Okay, so let's continue. So can we use group by, halving and order by together? Yes, you can use it. We did it. That check the query I send the query I sent to you. Yes, we did it now. You can use group by, halving and order by together to perform an operation, right? To get your desired result. You can use it together, right? Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you guys. Right. So today is 19, right? So we're gonna write today's date, just like then when we primary school, right? So that by the time I'm sending the query to you, you're gonna know where we start to where today's on start, right? Right. Now, so today we'll be looking at list operator. List operator, right? List operator. Then under list operator, we'll be looking at in, then not in, right? We'll be looking at these two operator, right? We'll be looking at these two operators, So if you check if you look at the operators we'll be talking about since our last class, right? It's just like English statements, right? Or English words, right? Talking about between, not between, right? Is between two parameters, right? Or my house is between MTN and Access Bank, right? Not between. It means it's not within the range. It means it's not what? It's not within the range, right? Now, today we'll be looking at in and not in, right? So when we say in, it means maybe you have some how should I put it now? Maybe you have some fruits, right? Different fruits, right? Maybe orange, pineapple, and so on like that. So you want to form a range between them, right? And maybe you have five of them. Then there's a particular one, and that is not among the fruit, right? Or list the fruit. When you say list fruit, you said, okay, let's, for example, now we have apple, right? We have orange, right? We have pineapple, right? And then so you can see that, okay, then you now have black, right? Black is not a fruit, right? So it's not among, right? It's not included, right? It's not included. I don't know if you guys trying to understand what I'm trying to explain here, right? So we are talking about they are of the same family, apple, orange, and pineapple. But black is not of the same family. Black is a color, right? Then if you listed color, maybe black, red, green, yellow, and mango, right? Mango is not the family of color, right? So that's what we're trying to look at here today. So let's try to run some SQL query to expatiate what we just did, right? So let's say, for example, select all, right? Select all from employee. Let's use our employee table, right? Right, this is our employee table, right? Now, we now said where first name, in. So when you say now, where first name in, then I want to list some first names, like 3 first names. I want to list them, right? So, right, I've said Sunny, right? Deborah, right? Mercy, right? So you can see that I put the first name, I put them in a bracket, right? Because it's more than one parameters, or it's more than one, right? So I have to put them in brackets, right? So say select all from employee, right? Where first name in. So this output, when I execute this line 325 and 326 now, is going to return. Who can tell me? Let's continue the way we used to do it. No, at least I've zoomed my. Okay, let me increase again by 200. I think you guys should be able to see it now, right? Select all from employee where first name in Sunny, Deborah, and Mercy, right? Let's make it interactive, right? Let's make it interactive. So who can tell me what will be the output? Or who has an idea of what the output will be? it will return first name with Sani, Deborah, and Mercy. Wow. This Amuta, right? Right. You are doing well. It's going to select the three names, right? Fine. It will show the data of staffs with that three name. Yes, correct. It will return rows having those names. Yeah, fine. Okay. Yeah, I like that. No, so let's run it now. Right. So it's going to now it's actually more than three, right? Because we have three people whose their first name is Deborah, right? So we have three. So it's going to if you have 10 people that their first name happen to be Deborah, is going to return every one of them, right? It's going to return every one of them. We have only one person whose first name is Sonny. We have only one person whose first name is Mercy. Yeah, but we have three people whose their first name is Deborah, right? Uh-huh. So, but you guys are still correct, right? You guys are correct. So it will return those whose their first name start with Sani, Deborah, and Mercy, right? So that's how it works in SQL when you're trying to perform list operation. We're trying to perform list operation. Are we together? Okay. Right. Now let's continue again. Now let's try to perform the same query using salary, right? Let's look at the salary table. So now let's say, for example, where departments, right? Where departments in accounts, right, comma, logistic, comma, and let's say human resources, right? Then close the bracket. So here now, when we execute this, right, it's going to return those staff who belongs to this department. So you can see. So it return all the employees in this department. So in a situation whereby we want to see employee in those departments, then you use in, right? I think we are on the same page, right? Can we say where first name is equals to instead of in? Yes. Who's that person? Okay. Yes. That is when you are referring to a one in just a one parameter, right? You can use that. Okay. Let me answer that your question. Right? Let me copy this. I know some of you guys are very, very sharp, right? Let me just do that, something like this, right? Just to answer that person's question, right? Right. So it doesn't want to use in, right? We just say equals to or her, right? You just want to do something like this, right? Now, if I run this now, who will tell me what will be the output? What will be the result? Someone is asking what's the difference. Please read your materials, right? So who can tell me now what will now be the output, or the person that asked that question, that instead of using in, can we use equal, right? when you in, it allows you to do, when you're trying to perform a list operation, that's where you use in, list operation. And list operation is that you are dealing with, like you can see that you want to get the number of staff from account, logistic, and human resources, right? But in this scenario now, you want to get only staff that are from logistic departments. It will show the rows with logistics department will be returned. It will return only logistic department will be returned. Only salary of those in, it will show the salary of those in logistic department. Yeah, it will show all their information, both the salary, both their first name. It will show everything. It display only staff. Yes, it will display only staff in logistics, right? Let's run it so you can see. It will display staffs in logistics, or all the information of staffs in logistics, right? It will what? It will return staffs in logistics department. But when you now use in, it means instead of now, okay, let's say for example now, your boss want to see staff from accounts, logistics, human resources. Do you want to write the query one after the other, just like this, right? You come back again and do this one, change this one to accounts. It's going to be stressful. Someone is saying SQL is very stressful, right? Then you come again, now do human resources, right? Now you can see, so you want to perform one operation and you are writing like how many lines of queries, right? So instead of writing one after the other like this, why can't you just use in to get all the informations, right? Why can't you just use in to get all the stuff in that three departments, right? So that is the essence of using in instead of using equal. When you are dealing with the list operation, use in, right? I think we are good, right? So let's continue. So now let's look at not in. Now, not in is the just like opposite, right? So we now put not in, right? Not in. So who can tell me what will be the outcome or the output or the result when I execute line 331, 332, and 333? Select all from salary where department not in. Someone is asking, so in is for multiple operation. Yeah, if that's the way you understand it. So you use in when you want to do list operation. You want to do list operation, that's when you use in and not in. Okay, someone is saying that it is used for a single department. Yeah, you can say that. Yeah, single. So okay. All departments except account, logistics, and human resources. Thank you, Arogundade Esther. Yeah. So it will return all the departments except account, logistics, and human resources. Right. So you can see. You will not see accounts, you will not see logistics, and you will not see human resources. And that is when you use not in, right? Okay. I think we are good now. So let's continue. Let's now talk about logical operator. Logical operator. I believe you guys have gone through the materials I asked you guys to go through, the other materials apart from the PowerPoints. That's other materials I asked you guys to go through. So logical operator, comparison operator, list operators. I took my time to explain it in that material, so you can check it out, right? Now let's talk about logical operators, right? So SQL logical operators combine conditions in a where clause to create a more complex expression, right? So it combines conditions using where clause, combine conditions using where clause. So you want to perform, and even not only logical operator, right? If you look at the list operator, you can see that where clause is used, where clause is used, right? So that's what I'm trying to explain, that SQL logical operation combine condition using where clause, right? So operator in SQL can be a symbol, can also be a keyword used to perform operation on a data. So it can be used to perform operation in data. So what are the examples of the logical operators? And and or, right? And or, right? So this is the examples of logical operators I will be talking about, right? And or, right? And I don't think I should talk much on and or. I believe during your Excel class, your teacher must have done justice to and or. I want to believe, yes. I want to believe, right? The teacher must have done justice to and function and or function in your Excel class, right? So you see um the same hand in Excel, the same or in Excel with the same and or in SQL, right? So let's just refresh our brain. What's and function, right? So and and works in a way that if all conditions are true, it will return true. If all conditions are true, it will return true. That is how and function works in either SQL or in Excel or in Power BI, even in Python, to my understanding, right? And it does not change. The same meaning in Excel, the same meaning in SQL, the same meaning in Power BI, right? Even Python for data analysis is still the same and, the same meaning, right? So the AND operator is a logical operator that tests multiple conditions, right? A logical operation that tests multiple conditions and return true or false, depending whether they met or not, right? Depending on whether they met or what or not. So that is AND for you. Now, both conditions must be true. So the logic I use for my AND is this: both conditions must be true before it will turn true. That's the logic, the way I understand it and the way I put it when I want to write my my query. Both condition for and both condition must be true before it return true. So let's say, for example, now let's use your exam score, for instance, right? I think then when we were in secondary school, right, English and mathematics is a compulsory subject for students to pass before you can be promoted, right? I don't know nowadays, but then you pass English, you fail mathematics, you go nowhere, right? you pass English, you fail mathematics, you go nowhere, right? Now, so meaning you did not meet both condition, right? You didn't meet both condition. So it will not return true because both conditions are not met. So that's what I say, that both condition must be true before it will return true. That is and for you. And for you. But or is actually like opposite. All is what is actually like opposite. All is that once one of the condition is true, it will return true. Unless if both conditions are false, it will return false for you. That is for or function, right? So that is that. Now let's try to run some SQL query, right? Let's try to run some SQL query. I think we are good on that, right? I don't need to spend much time on it because I believe you learned that during your Excel class, and I believe during your Power BI class, you'll still mention and or, right? Right. So I'm going to write this, then I'm going to ask the question from you guys. Right. Okay. Now let's look at the query 340 and 341. Select all from employee where first name is equals to Justin and gender is equals to female. Now, if I run this query, what will be the output? What will be the output? It will return record that the first name is Justin and the gender is female, right? So someone say false. So is it going to be false or true? Okay, okay. Someone say true. Someone say true. Someone say false, right? A female named Justin. Someone say false. If that combination exists, it will return the row, right? I think I like that. This Winfred OB, right? If both conditions are in your data, yeah, it should be true. If both condition, I think I like that statement of that I think what that person wrote, right? If both condition are found in your data, it will return true. That will be output, that will be a result. But if both conditions are not found, it will return what? Nothing, right? It will return empty table for you. So let's execute. Right? So you can see, okay, sorry, I want to check something before I proceed. Okay, now let's continue. So you guys can see that it returned nothing, empty. So it is actually what? False. Both conditions are not met. Both conditions are what? Are not met. So it's false. It's false. Now, because if you check your data, right, employee, do we have anybody whose first name is Justin? Let's check. We don't have. Or you can quickly run a query like this. You can run a query like this to check. Select all from employee, right, where first name, right, is equals to Justin, right? Where first name is equals to Justin. Just run this only query, right? Just run this one. Okay, sorry. So just run this so you can see. So automatically, if one of them if one of the condition is not met, it will return false. So that's exactly what happened here, right? Now let's try to write another query, right? Let me just copy this and paste, right? Now, so I'm going to put the first name to be Johnson, right? Let's try this, right? The first name to be Johnson. Now, you cannot ascertain whether the output will be true or false. So for some of you that are saying true or false, unless if you are sure you've run this from your hand. But if you have not run this query from your hand, you can only say if both conditions are found in the data, then it will be true. If not, it will be false, right? Now let's run this. Okay, bam. So you can see this one is true because both conditions are met. We have first name who is Johnson and we have gender who is female. So both conditions are met. So that is and for you. That is what? And for you. If you use or for this the same operation, let's see what will be the output. Right? Let's see what will be the output. Right? Okay. Now let's try or. Right? I'm going to copy this. I'm going to copy the same thing now, and we use we change one of them sharp. Right? Now, if I put all here for this one, if I put all here, when we put and, it did not return anything. It's actually false, right? It's actually false. But now I'll change it to all and I will run it. Let's see. So you can see that all return everyone that are female. One of the condition is met. So that's one thing about all. It is not necessary that both conditions must be met. Once one of them is true, it will return true. Now that gender is true, it return true. Right? One of the gender is true, it return true. So that's what makes all different from and. Right? Now, let me change this one to girl. Right? Aha. If you look at this query 355 now, do we have girl as a gender? No. But do we have Johnson as first name? As first name. Let's check first to be sure. Yes, we have. Now, if I run this query 356 now, automatically it will give me result, right? Because one of the condition is met. Wow. Oh, sorry. Let me check again. First name. Let's check. Yes. Oh, sorry. I'm still using and. Sorry. Aha. So let's run it again. So you can see. You can see one of the condition is met. But when both conditions are not met, what will happen? When both conditions are not met in using or, it will return false for you. Now, let's change this one to, if you don't have Femi as first name and you don't have a gender as girl, it means both conditions are not met. Both conditions are false. It will return false. Yeah, I've changed it. I've corrected it. Right. So that's how her and that is how it works in SQL. I think the same way it works in Excel is the same way it works in SQL. Right? I think we are on the same page, right? Are we together? I want to see, are we together? Are we together? I want to get a response. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. But someone asked a question. Okay, your question has gone. All your characters but be in apostrophe. Yes, your character, your variable character must be in apostrophe. Yes, your variable character must be in apostrophe. Okay. Okay. Must be in apostrophe, right? Now, let me write, I want to write one SQL query using and like 2 times. Using and like 2 times. Then I'm going to write the query and I want someone to tell me the what will be the output, right? Select, right, all from employee, right? Where, right, gender is equals to male, right? And date of birth is less than, right, is less than or equals to 1990 01, right? And let me continue. And state of origin is equals to Lagos, right? Okay. Select all from employee where gender is equals to male and date of birth is less than or equals to 1990. That's 1st of January 1990. And state of origin is Lagos. Who can someone say God of Daddy Adeboye, I need your help on this SQL. Okay, Oluwadamilola. Okay. Now, who has an idea of what would be the output or the result of This query 35, 356, 357, right? Select all from employee where gender is equals to male, right? Where gender is equals to male, and date of birth is less than or equals to 1990, and state of origin is equals to Lagos, right? So my query has changed color to red. As someone said, I'm enjoying the class today because my baby is sleeping. Hey, yeah, sorry. Nursing mother. Okay, it will return all male from Lagos whose date of birth is less than or equals to 1990. Wow. All male that are from Lagos whose date of birth is okay, return okay. It will return all information for staffs that are male have a date of birth less than okay, okay. If there is a data to match this to be true, it will return data that is true. Yeah, I like that. I like that, right? Every male employee from Lagos who is okay, it will bring a male that their date of birth is from this downward that are only from Lagos. Yeah, I think you guys are getting it right. You guys are getting it. So let's now check if there is um this kind of informations and actually captured in our data. So let's run it. Oh, sorry, syntax 1357. Okay. Okay. Bam. Yeah. You know, we said less than or equals to 1990, Abi. Yeah. So we are good. Yeah, we have the results. We have Wale, first name, Olanipekun, second name, gender male, date of birth, and they are from Lagos. Their date of birth is 1982. So it's actually less than. Actually, what? Less than. So our query is correct and we are able to get results, right? You can try it from your hand. You can also let's copy it again before we go on our break, right? And change this one to greater than 90. So let's see whether we're going to get output or result. Wow, we didn't get. So it means there are nobody, no staff of the company that are male that is from Lagos and given birth to from 1991. No. So it return nothing, right? For this query to return true, gender must be male, born after 1990 and from Lagos. Yeah, that's fine. Well, you guys are good, right? You guys are, I think I like the spirit, right? I like the spirit, right? Okay. So that is how hand and how it works in SQL, right? Okay. So we're gonna go on a break, right? We're gonna go on a 10 minutes break. When we come back, we're gonna try to run some analysis again, how salary can be updated. Or let's say, for example, now they just increase fuel price, right? And the company wants to increase salary at certain percentage. How can we do that mathematical operation in SQL? So we'll be looking at that when we come back from our break, right? So thank you, everyone. So let's go on a break, 10 minutes. By 8:10, we come back. Okay. Yeah. A break is over. Let's come back. A break is over. It's over. Let's come back. Let's continue. We still have a lot to cover. We are back, right? Okay. Yeah. What's up? Okay, that's fine. I believe you guys can see my screen so that we can continue. Can you guys see my screen? Is the screen visible? Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So we're going to look at the updates, right? This, I don't know why this update, right? We just want us to talk about, look at this update once more, right? So we're going to write some SQL query, right? Using update SQL command, using SQL command update, right? Okay, thank you. Right. I believe you guys still remember. I'm going to write a query, right? I'm going to say update. I'm going to use salary table, right? Salary table. So I'm going to say update salary table. Set first name, right? Equals to Emeka, right? Right. Where staff ID is equals to AB212, right? So firstly, let's look at this Emeka stuff from salary, right? So this start with ID 212, right? We want to change the first name from Okorie to Emeka. We want to change the first name from Okorie to Emeka, right? So let's execute. Oh, sorry. Who can tell me what's this error message? I got an error message. Who will tell me what should I do to rectify the error, to solve the error? Okay, no apostrophe for Emeka. Yeah. Jenkins. Why? Thank you. Right. Okay. So now let's check. Right. You can see it has been updated. Right. Let's write another update again. Update salary. Right. Set first name. Set first name. Okay, sorry. I want to update staff ID, right? Set staff ID to AB 550, right? Where staff ID equals to AB. Let's say, let me look for someone there. Let's say 254, right? Right. So I want to update. Maybe something happened, then someone's ID need to be changed. Someone ID need to be what? To be changed, right? Something happened. So you can also update staff ID, right? Right. Then let's execute. One row affected. Now let's check. Right, where is this person? You can see, right? You can see that the staff ID has now been updated to 550, right? Has now been updated to 550, right? So you can see this line 337. You can write it like this, right? This, or you can also make it in a single line like this. I think I mentioned this during our first class, right? During our first class. So if I write it in one line or in 3 lines, it's still the same. It's still the same thing, right? See the same thing. Now let's update. Let's say now that I think before we went on class, I was saying that we want to run a query where salary, where there is an increase in salary by a certain percent. There is an increase in salary by a certain percent, right? Maybe for some people in the organization, right? And so how do we update the salary with the new increment? How do we update the salary with the new increment? Let me come again, right? Because of the increase in the fuel price in Nigeria, right? Some staffs are complaining. Let's say, for instance, for junior staff, complain that, okay, the transport has increased, where you spend 2,000 naira to go to work to and fro, you now spend roughly around 5,000. Okay. The management now said, okay, for the junior staff who they don't have a car, right? We need to add certain percent to their salary. So let's say, for example, right, salary. So we want to add like 5% to their salary. 5% to their salary. So 5% in decimal will be 0.05, right? Right. So they want to add this to their salary. So you as a data analyst, the HR or the finance manager, they've given you the staff ID of those staff that's their salary to be increased, right? They've given you the staff ID. It is now for you to go into your database or your database now, write some query to update your database, then pull your data and send to finance department, right? So you want to write a SQL code. You can be a finance person, right? And you can do this either in Excel or you do it in SQL, right? So I want to show you how this can be done in SQL, right? So I'm going to show you different way this can be done. Now, so let's start. Update salary, right? Update salary, right? Where, sorry, set salary, not where, to salary times, sorry, 0.05, right? Right? Update salary, set salary to salary multiply. So mathematically now, what will this one do, right? So let me see if they have something like I can pull up things. So let's run some calculation, right? Okay. Aha. Okay. So now, so let's say for instance now, someone's salary is 10,000. Someone's salary is 10,000, right? And this person's salary has been increased by 5%. That's 0.05, right? So how do we get the 5% of 10,000? How do we get 5% of 10,000 is not to multiply 10,000, right, times 0.05, right? That will give us what? That will give us what? Yeah, that's 0.0 times 10,000. That will give us, okay, 500. So someone said 500. So the new salary will now be what? 10,500, right? 10,500. That will be the new salary, right? Now, let's go back to our studio now. Let's go back to our studio. Now, if I run this query 381, okay, so where, okay, before we continue, where staff ID, the staff IDs they gave, they are three staff ID, right? So who can tell me what should I use? Now, want this to be, want three staff to be affected, right? Who can tell me what should I use? Which of these operators should I use? In, thank you. Who is this person? Chinozo, thank you. In, right? AB 200, right? Where's again? AB 268, right? AB 278, right? Now, okay, so that's fine. So if I run this query now, what will happen to the salary? You know, see, I want you guys to, if this mathematics, I want to know if you guys understand this mathematics. Who can tell me? $500. Someone say 500. Okay. No, okay. Are you still referring to that? Okay, someone say 500. Now, let me run this query. Let me run this query now. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm trying to say. It will change to 500 naira. Oh, hey, yeah. So that's what I want to get. The salary will be, okay, will be increased by 500, or it will change their salary to 500. It will change their salary to 500. So it will change their salary to 500. That is what is going to happen. It will change their salary to 500. And that is not what we want to do, right? The salary will change to 500. Now, because if the salary changes to 500, that's an issue, right? That's an issue. The salary will change to 500. That's a problem. Because someone that is earning, let's say 100,000 now, and because he wants to increase it, you just multiply. It will only give you that 500 increase. It won't be added to the main salary. It won't give you 10,500. This query on this query 381, 382, 383. It won't give you the new salary. The salary plus that increment. It won't give you. Right? It won't give you. So now I won't run this because I won't run this query, but I'm going to modify this query now. I'm going to modify this query. I'm going to modify this query in two ways. Now I'll come back, right? I'll come back to this place. I'll write salary, right, in brackets. Then I'll put plus here. Then I'll close this bracket. So who understand this now? Who can tell me now who understand this? Yeah, someone is saying use 1.0. Yeah, that's the second one. Who is this person? Onye Consola Fuwaku. Yes, that's the. So I'm going to show you two. Someone is already telling you the second one. I'm going to show you. So this is the first one. Yes. So now, so what this one is going to tell you is that it's going to multiply 0.5 times the old salary, which is assuming it's 10,000, right? So let's go back to that our board again. Let's go back to this place now. So now let's come back to this place now. So let's say the salary now, because when you multiply the first one, it's going to give you 500, right? Which is going to affect your database. It's going to affect your data, right? So instead of that, the new formula will going to be salary, right, plus salary times 0.05, right? So this, and you know salary is 10,000, right? So this is the 10,000. This is the 10,000, right? Plus 10,000 times 0.05 is going to give you 500, right? Then, so this will now give you 10,500. Right? I think with this now we are good, right? We are good. Now, so let's go back again. Now, if I run this now, so it's going to, so these people, their salary is going to be increased by 5% of what they are earning. By 5% of what they are earning, right? So 3 rows affected. So let's check. Right? So the first person 200. See, that's increase, right? Then this person, the salary before was 100,000. Now it has been increased by 5,000. At least I'm sure of this. The salary now has been increased by 5,000. Before was 100,000. Then 278. This 278, yeah, that's 268. Yeah, 268 has been increased, right, by 5% of what the person is earning. So that's how you can do that, right? That's how you can do that. Then the second method is someone posted it now. So the second method is will now be, you know, the percent is 0.5, Abby. 0.5, right? Then the salary is 10,000, right? So if you multiply this, it's going to give you 500. You already know, right? So instead of you know to get 500, so just say 10,000, right, times 1.0. So that would be 0.05 plus 1, right? If I'm not mistakenly, right? So this will now give you 10,500. So that will give you 10,500. Let's look at it, right? So this will now be 1. Then so this is how we go to write it. So this and this, they are the same thing, right? Okay. So just add one, add one. Someone is, how do we get that 1.0? So I said the percent, the 5% in decimal is 0.05, right? Just add one to it. Just add one to it. That's how it gets 1.0. Or you can also do it like this. Let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. I'm coming now. I'm not sure. Let's see. Let me see. It's going to. I'm going to try it like this. Okay. So got been. I'm coming. So be. Okay. Salary then times 1 plus 0.05. Aha. Aha. I think you can also write it like this. So firstly, it's going to add 1 plus this, then multiply the salary. So it's going to, someone is still asking why 1.0. Yeah, it's because what we have here, right? The query in 381, 382, 383 is still the same thing as what we have here. It's still the same thing, right, as what we have here, right? It's just like different way to, what is the rationale behind it? Rationale behind what, sir? Beyond what, ma? So okay, someone is asking, answer that question. So, okay, express as a decimal 1.00. Yeah, okay. But just add one to it, to that percentage, then multiply the salary. It won't give you the increment alone. It will give you the addition of old salary plus percentage increase, right? Okay, let's proceed now. Let's proceed. Let's talk about join. Someone reached out to me today. He said he doesn't understand join. I told the person that we only talk about join in our last class, just like running a presentation on join, right? So now I want to talk about join. Then in this join, we'll be looking at inner join, right? Inner join, left join, right join, right? Then full join, right? Yeah. Then I think other databases like Postgres, MySQL, they use outer join, but SQL Server use inner join, left join, right join, and full join, right? That's what it use. Now let's just do a recap of what we the presentation we had on in our last class, right? We are talking about join, right? From the English word, so join is a join SQL clause is used to combine rows from two or more tables. Used to combine rows or record from two or more tables based on related column between them. Based on related, please, you need to underline that. Based on related column, right? Let me come here again. A join clause is used to combine rows of data or record of a data from two or more table based on related columns between them. It means before you can join tables together, there must be a unique identifier that is found in both tables that can enable you to join them together, right? There must be a unique identifier in table A, in table B, that can enable you to join them together. When you get to Power BI, you're going to understand the importance of having a unique identifier in all your tables. Because when you want to model tables together, when you want to create a relationship, you need a unique identifier to join them together, right? To join them together. A join, also an SQL clause used to query and access data from multiple tables, right? Based on a logical relationship between them, right? You can say I've given you two definitions, and to that definition talks about relationship. There must be a relationship between those tables now, right? So that's what join is actually all about, right? And I said we're going to talk about inner join, left join, right join, full join, right? Now, we've created three tables, right? We've created three tables. So let's look at the three tables we've created, right? Select all from employee, right? Select all from salary, select all from payment, right? So this is the three table that this is three tables that we've created, right? So let me run these three tables together. Right. Now, so this is the three tables we've created, right? The first one is employee. We have staff ID, first name, second name, gender, date of birth, hire date, state of origin, right? Right. Then we have salary. The salary, we have salary ID, staff ID, first name, last name, department, and salary. Then the third one, which is payment table, we have payment ID, account number, staff ID, bank, and payment method transfer, right? So we're going to start. Let's start from joining two tables together. Join two tables, right? So that's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to join two tables together. Then before we go to three tables, right? No, from person is not part of the table for this, right? We just use that person for to explain identity then, right? But our focus is be on these three tables, right? So they all have staff ID. And if you look at salary table and payment ID and payment table, they also have a what? Salary ID and payment ID. They also have what? Salary ID and payment ID also, which is also a unique identifier for both two tables, right? So when I was now trying to explain or giving you the definition, I mentioned relationship. There must be a cordial relationship. There must be something that's connecting them together, right? Something that is attracting them, that attract the two tables together, and which they are what? Staff ID, staff ID, staff ID, right? Now, okay. So you want to join employee table, and salary table. Now, we want to join these two tables together first. Join these two tables. Please, I want you guys to pay attention now, right? You can stop whatever you are doing now. I want you guys to pay attention because I want to explain how joint works in SQL, right? right? If you look at these two tables, employee table, it has how many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It has 7 columns, right? 7 columns. 7 columns, right? Now, if you look at salary, it has how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It has 6, right? 6 column, right? It has 6 column, right? Now, so for instance, you want to submit a single data or a single file, a single data or a single file. I don't know whether to finance department or to HR, that contain the informations of staffs, right? Because if you look at this data, if you look at these two tables, the employee table, it doesn't have a department, right? And it doesn't have salary. And if you look at salary, it doesn't have gender, it doesn't have date of birth, it doesn't have date hire, it doesn't have state of origin. So, but we need to have a single file, that contain all these informations here, right? Or not necessarily all the information. So let's say, for example, now, so they just say, okay, I need the informations like from employee table, I need some information from salary table, I need it, and right, maybe for audit or for whatever they need it for. Now, so let's say, for example, now, from employee table, we need staff ID, right, which is very, very important. We need first name, right? We need gender. It's very important. We need maybe just higher date. We don't need their date of birth. Higher date. Then we need their state of origin, right? So we need how many rows of data? How many columns of data now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need just that 5, right? Then from salary. Now, when you are joining a table together, since we have staff ID in both, so you don't need to put staff ID as a part of what you need in your second table, right? Since you have already picked it you selected it in your first table, in your second, you don't need to put says, okay, I need staff ID. No, so you just need here now. The only thing I need there is just department, because I already have first name, second name again. So I need department, right? And I need salary. That's the only thing I need from salary table. I think you guys are following, right? That's the only thing I need from salary table. I need 2. Then from employee, I need 5, making 7 columns at the end. Someone said, so the relationship here is that it has to do with employee. It has to do with employee. I don't get that your question, right? Okay, so we are together, right? Now, how do I write my SQL query that will now join these two tables? Remember, employee table is my first table. It has the primary key. It has the primary key. My second table is salary. It has a foreign key. The foreign key is a staff ID. The primary key in the primary table is a staff ID. Right? So here I have to teach you guys like entry level, and you guys are actually entry level. So don't let me be too technical in my explanation, right? Someone is asking, can't we just create one table? that comprises all the columns in the three table. It's not what we are doing. Who is this person? Adekemi. That's what we are doing, Madam Adekemi. That's what we are doing, right? Someone said you've omitted second name. Yes, I don't need all the information there. I've listed what I need. I don't need the second name. If I need the second name, yeah, I can still update it. But now, I only need staff ID, first name, gender, hire date, and state of origin in the employee. Then in the salary, I only need department and salary. That's the only thing I need. Are you getting me? So that's the only thing I need, right? So it's not that maybe I omitted it. I don't need second name for now. Are you getting me? Right? Second name was not picky. Yes, I don't need second name. I don't need second name. I don't need date of birth. If at the end of the day, my manager now said, you need to include second name, I can still show you guys how to do that. But for now, let's forget about second name. Let's forget about date of birth. Let's just deal with first name, gender, hire date, and state of origin. I want you guys to be on, I want us to be on the same page. Now, so let's write. Now, when you are writing your SQL join, make a reference to the table. It's very important, right? Let's go back to our book, right? Right, and I have to write my join. If I want to write my join, right, my employee table has staff ID, it has staff ID, it has first name, second name, date of birth, gender, and so on. So if I want to write it in a SQL, I must make reference to the table's name. I must attach. What I mean by that is that I'm going to say select. What is the table? What is the table name? The table name is employee. So I will say employee. What is the column I need? Staff ID. Dot staff ID. Right? Dot staff ID. Employee dot first name. Correct. This Amuta. I like you. Yes, employee dot first name, employee dot gender, employee dot hire date, employee dot make reference to the table. Then when you get to the salary dot department, salary dot salary. Now let's go back to our studio. Now, so I'm going to say select, right? I need the staff ID. The staff ID from employee. So employee dot staff ID, right? Comma. First name, employee. Let me change this into small letter. I think capital letter is too taking most space. Employee dot staff ID, right? Employee dot first name, right? Employee dot gender, right? Comma. I can come to the second line, right? Employee, or let me just do it like this so that you guys can understand. Let me just break it like this, right? Right. Don't mind the underline. No. Employee dot hire date, right? Comma. Employee dot state of origin, state of origin, right? Now, so this is information we need from employee, right? Now, let's go to the salary. Put comma again, salary dot, we need what? We need department, right? Dot department, right? Comma, salary dot salary, right? Now, this is what we need. This is 7 already now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this is what we need, right? Now see it from who can tell me from which table now? Who can tell me from which table? It is necessary to repeat the employee Olanike. It is necessary because you need to specify the table you are picking the column from. It is necessary, very, very, very necessary. From employee, wow, from employee. Adesoya, yeah, from employee. The table is from employee because it is the one that has our primary key. So from employee. From employee, right? From employee. From employee. Now, so after that, what is the next thing? Now, we want to join the employee table now with salary table. We now want to join the employee table now with salary table now. So we now say join salary, right? Join salary. You can see that now. Join salary. And so we say from inner join. Yeah, I will still put that in a join. Don't worry. Let's just put join. I will still put that in a join. Right? Join salary, right? On now, what is the relationship between this table now? Who can tell me which column I'm going to use now to join these two tables together? Which column? Which column we are going to use? Staff ID. Right. Dupe, thank you. Staff ID. So I will now say on salary dot staff ID. Still make reference to your table, then equals to employee dot staff ID again. Right? Right? Now, let's try to run it now. Oh, okay, awesome. Now, you can see that we've been able to join them together and it will return 15 rows. Now, let's look at something. When you run employee table alone is 15 row, is 15. It has 15 record. Pay attention. Employee, it has 15 record. Then salary, it has 18 record. Employee has 18 record. Salary has 16 record. But when we join the two of them together, what do we have? 15 record. It means there are some record that cannot be found in both tables. That can be found in one table, but cannot be found in the other table, right? If those informations are not, so you only return information found in both tables. Then other informations, throw it away, right? Okay. Can I say, is it making sense to you guys? Okay, let me ask that question. Is it making join now? Is join making sense? Can't we use alias for that? Please, can't we use, if you get this logic, you can use whatever you want to use. If you get this logic first, you can use anyone you want to. You can use alias I think I understand your question, whether can we use alias, but that's going to be advanced. Going to be advanced. If you have watched, it's going to be advanced, yes. Yes, but the last part is not clear. Okay, I think the part of a salary dot I is equals to right. Okay, so for instance, what is instance do you use using? Sorry, please let us ask a question on based on what we are doing now, right? Someone said a bit lost. Okay, join hard. You okay? Join is not hard, right? Olasumbo, it is not hard, right? But I will still go over it again, right? Please explain what you just said. Okay, I will still go over it again. I just want to. Someone said it's making sense. Okay, are those information removed not going to affect your report? It is not going to affect your report, and it will also affect your report. So, meaning, if you check, the employee table has 18 record and salary has 16 record, it means there are some informations in the employee that is not captured in the salary. So what they need to do, that's the reason why you now have things like left join and right join that will now show you those information, right? Now, I want you guys just understand before we now talk about that. Which type of join? Is this one is just a normal join? I've not used either inner join, left join. No, I just use default, right? We will still talk about inner join, outer join, left join, and right join, right? Okay. Stella, thank you. Join will only return value of staff that are common to both parties. That's what I just said. Right. Thank you, Stella, for saying that, right? Stella, at least you are on point. So that's what join we do. Now it will now when you are using inner join, right join, left join, full join that will now capture those informations that are not found in the other table. Right? Okay. Someone say my head is full for today. Let's call it a day. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to happen is that practice from your hand. I'm going to send the query to you guys. Practice. If you still don't understand, that's not a problem. We will continue from here tomorrow, right? If you still don't understand, that's not a problem, but we'll continue from there tomorrow. I just want you guys just to just have an understanding of how it works. I know that some of you have gotten it. For those of you that have not gotten it, right, try to watch the video, try to go through the query once I send it to you guys. Then at least tomorrow will continue, right? Tomorrow, someone say my head is full, right? So tomorrow will continue. Can't we use the first name since we have it on both tables? That's what we did. That's what we did. We use it. That's what we did. Query that does not involve data manipulation doesn't affect your original data set. I don't get. So that means that join is just to find similarity between two tables, whether while adding others. If you say so, right? Right? Can you explain case? We have not gotten to it. These are the things I used to say. Ask question on what we are doing currently. We have not gotten to case when. Or do you want us to leave this one and goes to case? When we get to case, right, we'll explain that. I've answered your question on Orifidia. I've answered your question. That's the other report. That's when we talk about inner join. For you to see those other reports or other record that didn't return, you can use, okay, I want to see now if my employee is giving me 18 and salary is giving me 16. But when I join them together, I now have 15. So those record, so if I use just ordinary join, I won't see those record. But if I use left or right join or full join, I will see those record. I can now send a mail to finance department that, okay, there are some information that is missing from salary department. You need to update it. Right? So that's how it works. But when you use just join like this, you won't see all those records. You can practice from your hand. When I send this query, practice it. Change this join to left join, to right join, or to full join. Though we're going to do this tomorrow. That's what we're doing tomorrow, right? So I've answered your question. But if you still don't understand, please, tomorrow, I'm going to do justice to that tomorrow. Okay, so thank you, everyone. I'll see you guys tomorrow, right? Sorry, my system again. Can SQL remove duplicate? Yes, SQL can remove duplicate. And that's why we talk about union. We talk about union. We'll be doing union next week or tomorrow or next week. I don't know. That's why you remove. Yeah, SQL remove duplicates. Can hand be used for more than two? Yes, we tried it, right? We've tried it. We tried it now. We can use and more than two. We've tried it. Part of the query that we used. Then for duplicates, yes, you can remove duplicates. Can SQL remove duplicates? Very, very well, right? Okay. Yeah. Thank you, everyone.